Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going? Is this how we're gonna open the show, just like usual? Or are we gonna we're gonna do these cold opens? Or are we gonna
Do the intro.
do the intro? You don't usually. Don't you do it usually?
Welcome to the Link Cable podcast for March 14th. It's not a Monday.
Nope. And it's episode what? 64.
It is 64.
Cool. That's an interesting number.
You know, I already have.
Why is it interesting? Just 8x8? What is it?
What do you think?
for a video game thing? Come on.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I got the episode title page, like the episode's page ready.
Mm.
And I can easily change it, but what I put in was episode N64. We don't actually talk about N64.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. We might have to talk about it now.
I don't know. I don't really have anything to talk about in terms of Nintendo 64, but
Why are we bringing up this? Like, I don't know. 64 is not just like a Nintendo thing. Like that's just like computing systems, man.
fuck, here we go.
What do you want to compare it to?
Yeah, but do you play
Jaguar?
video games?
Wait, was the Jaguar 64-bit?
Yeah. Or well,
Yeah, great.
they claimed it. It's like two 32-bit processors that they linked together somehow.
Well,
They call
all I
it
know is
Saturn like
all
a
they had for
48-bit.
that was what, Doom and some Tempest version of Tempest and something else. I can't remember. That's all I know for Jaguar.
Was Jaguar the
Atari.
what was that game? Road Rage, Road Rash?
Road Rash? Was
Was that
it?
for Jaguar or was that 3DO?
I think you're thinking of,
I think
It
Road
was a
Rash was
3DO.
3DO.
3DO,
It was
yeah.
3DO, wasn't it?
and they ported it to PlayStation later. I think.
I think
Remember-
Jaguar, all that it had was like Tempest or something like that.
I remember renting. I didn't have a 3DO. I don't know anybody that did, but we used to rent it from the video store all the time.
For those sweet FMV games.
Yeah.
Pretty
For
awesome.
Road Rash and I think Need for Speed,
Oh, really?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't
for
that
sure
where
Need
those
for
Zelda
Speed.
games come from on the 3DO too?
Oh, that was
Or no, that's
Philips CDI.
Philips.
Oh,
Yeah.
CDI. Yeah, okay.
That's the Mario Hotel and the Zelda
Right.
whatever games.
Wings, or Gamelon or something. I don't remember what it's called.
Wand of Gamelon.
Gamelons.
Well, at least it generated.
Gamelons
some
reminds me
memes.
of Star Blazers. It's Gamelon in that particular one.
What is Star Blazers? I don't even know what that is.
Yamato's Battleship Yamato's English name.
Do you know what's funny is I wasn't really listening to what you guys were talking about. And then when I heard what's Star Blazers, I was like, that's like the Gamelon. Now I get what you're talking about. It sounds like that. Right. What are those guys called? Gamelos? Is it just Gamelon?
In English, it was Gamelon, in that. Anyways, I'm talking about obscure like anime dubs now. This is great.
Right. We do that all the time. Like Kanan, you're gonna make that point.
You guys
Like,
ever
I come back from India. This is what I'm talking about.
you guys ever hear of an OAV called Humanoid?
It's like coming home.
that
man.
anime that almost put me to sleep last week.
I'm looking behind you. Oh, you watched it last week?
Just hear you guys describe it.
Oh,
last
right.
week.
And how amazing it is because you're wrong.
Yeah, you are wrong. Yeah.
Here, look it. I got two more hot licks.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I think I watched them with you though. This is just kind of like going back to I don't know why I just thought of these.
Wait,
two more.
hold on. I thought Hot Licks were Monster Hunter related.
Oh, okay. Well,
But they don't have to be, I guess.
Whatever it is.
Okay.
Do you remember Call Me Tonight? Did I watch that with you?
No.
Call Me Tonight is the one where the girl works for like a sex phone line, sex chat, and then the guy
Right.
calls in and he's like, I have trouble controlling myself because when I get horny, I turn into a monster and kill people.
Okay.
You didn't watch that one with me?
No. Is this a
Call
horror
Me
movie?
Tonight's amazing. No, it's the anime bullshit.
Oh, okay.
So that's amazing. You gotta check that shit out. And then the other one, I'm sure that we watched this one together, didn't we? Is it called Urban Square?
I don't remember that at all. There was one we watched where there was a. Well, tell me what happens in it.
I don't know. Yeah, Urban Square.
Okay, what happens
Urban
in it?
Square. I don't know. There's a murder and some guy sees it or something. I don't know.
Why again is this the hot lick? There's gotta
Okay,
be
tell me what happens in Humanoid.
people drink coffee and comment on coffee.
Well,
Some
Urban
girl is
Square's
a secret robot.
Urban Square is about a murder.
Okay, all right.
Like that's about as much as you get given me from.
And it was and it was
Human.
good.
Yeah, they were both. I mean, they weren't wonderful. They weren't like instant classics or anything, but they were something. They were all right.
Okay, cool. I got a hot lick, a true hot lick. I don't know if hot licks is whatever now.
Is it Monster Hunter related?
No, I saw a movie called Good Time on
Oh
Netflix.
fuck, dude, it's so good. Is it on Netflix now?
Yeah, that's how I
Cool.
watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's few movies that can do something like that to me in the first 5 minutes. Seriously,
It's
I
good
teared
shit.
up. I teared up hard.
Well, just because you're trying to figure out context of what's going on, and you
don't
can
have
see
any
the
context.
suffering in this guy. Eh?
It's like that performance actually is really good.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I didn't think that was an actor.
Yeah.
I thought that was a regular person that they just taught to act or like.
In that situation, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Really cool, man.
Definitely give a look at
Robert-
Good Time.
Robert Patterson
Patterson. He's
of Twilight fame. Now, no one hopefully will remember that he was in Twilight if they see that, because
he was so good.
Yeah.
But that's like what's her face? Kristen Stewart in Personal Shopper
Personal
last year too.
Shopper. They both did something similar. You know, they went out and did
Did
something new.
interesting.
Gotta do it.
If we're talking about movies, I watched there's a Jane Goodall documentary last year called Jane.
Yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
It was all right. I don't want to say I was disappointed. It's kind of exactly what I expected. It's just it was fine.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Your
It was a
rating.
movie.
Cool. What else you got? Keenan? What did you do in India?
Yeah, why don't you tell us about India, start to finish?
Yeah. Give us a whole,
So I'm at Pearson
And
International
debauchery.
Airport. I'm
How
at
many times
Pearson International
how many
Airport.
times did you masturbate?
Well, I'm at Pearson International Airport. You want to start at the
So
beginning,
one.
and now I'm not
At least one
masturbating.
there. Okay.
But like I'm sitting in the airport lounge talking to my boss when all of a sudden I get some Hangouts call from you, like a Hangout request from you. I'm like, I don't think I can take this in front of my boss right now. And anyways, 15 minutes later, I was on a plane for a 15-hour flight with this giant Indian man, like half of my seat. So yeah, so that wasn't exactly the most wonderful trip over there. So yeah. I don't know. Have you guys been on flights where there's like giant dudes and like that are like sitting next to you and like half of them is basically in your seat because they're too big?
Was the half in your seat like a ripped half? Was it a ripped dude? A big ripped
No,
dude?
Was it his
pretty
dog?
round dude.
What does
rounded
what does this have to do with India? Tell me about India.
Well, that's a trip, man.
Was
Tell
he,
you
was
about
he an Indian guy?
Yeah, I was an Indian guy. Yeah, so I don't know. Like India is India. Like the good thing about going to India, my company where it's situated, there's a nice Marriott hotel next to it, so it's like 5-star, pretty luxurious and everything. But yeah, I mean, it's hard. I don't know. For me personally, it's hard living in that kind of lifestyle when you know the average Indian would never even be able to afford like lunch in this place. So I know I got to put that out of my mind while I'm working over there, but there's this kind of disparity, right?
Mm.
So like, it's not people are living just to live. They're trying to earn money just to get by, support their families and that stuff. They don't have really much money to play video games and stuff. Like those are luxuries, I think.
Steam
So-
sale though. Gotta be right for the Steam sales.
So yeah, I mean, when I went over there,
We
when
got
I
keys,
booted
man.
up my computer,
you-
I saw that all the prices in INR in Indian rupees instead of Canadian dollars. So there's that.
Man, we got so many keys between the three of us. You could spread some love to our
Yeah,
Indian
okay.
listeners.
You're forgetting the fact that they need to be able to afford a computer first of all.
All right.
A personal one. So, I mean, a lot of stuff that they would be playing is on their phones and things like that. So,
You got to be able to
yeah.
afford a phone.
I'd be able to afford a phone. But it's kind of a general requirement for everybody anywhere around the world. So yeah, just about everybody at least has a mobile phone. That's where part of their like need to live comes from. But
Okay, I
it
got a
won't be
list.
like the
I got
most.
a list.
Yeah.
These are the most popular games in India. I got a list of the most popular games in India. Does anyone want to guess? This is as of 2016.
Monster
Top 10.
Strike.
No. Give me some series. What do you think would be? What do you think is? Give me something that's in this list of top 10. Or top 15.
Street Fighter.
No.
Because it'd also be racist.
This is
Yeah, okay. That's the reason why.
we
Okay,
got,
is there? What about is one of the top 10 a cricket game?
you are real close. Number 11 is EA Sports Cricket.
Ah.
Yeah, pretty close. This list is weird. Number 1 is GTA San Andreas or Vice City. Not the newest ones. Need for Speed Most Wanted, Assassin's Creed series, Prince of Persia series, Call of Duty, Counter
Oh,
Strike,
Prince of Persia. That makes sense.
WWE versus SmackDown versus Raw.
Link Cable Podcast, the only place you can find the
Wait,
top.
wait,
top
why
10
does that make
from
sense? It's not even the
2022.
same region, man.
What
India and the Arabian Peninsula have nothing to do with each other.
God of War. And number 9 is Bully Scholarship Edition. Figure that one out. And 10 is Max Payne series.
So, Ken, because you understand Japan and the Japanese people so well, why don't you tell me?
You want to know what number 15 is before we stop this nonsense? You'll never guess. You know what it is? I'm not joking.
What?
Friggin' Road Rash.
No, it's not.
It is. I'm not joking. I'll link you this thing. It's friggin' Road Rash. I'll send you the link right now.
That's not surprising considering the way
Oh, here we go. Here comes the deep dive.
Don't worry about where this list is from. That's not important.
This is. I want to hear Ken's deep dive into the Indian psyche.
What are you talking about?
You're the expert, man.
Of India?
More than us.
What kind of psyche deep dive do you want me to dive into? It's a weird country where they still have like a caste system, so there's like levels of what you can attain in life and what you can't. So it's there's people who are extremely rich and there's people who are extremely poor, and that won't change for generations. So
I thought there would be more cricket higher on this list, but yeah.
Yeah, see, that was my first thought too.
Good one. All right, we should move on from this.
I agree in a big way. I have some video game news I want to talk about later, but I guess do you guys want to talk about what games you've been playing? It's been a little while. I know that March break kind of messed up the last couple of days, and Keenan being in India, and last week was whatever else. So it's nice to be able to kind of be back together doing this thing. I've been playing Monster Hunter as usual, and I don't know if you want to get into kind of what my renewed interest in the game has been, but I have like new things to do.
Yeah,
you can call it that you're at the end game now, right?
Yeah, I've been in end game for like
You've
super
been there
long
for
time.
a while.
and to be honest, there's not a ton to do in end game. There is, but I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about end game because you guys are on your way, right?
So I did one of the 3.
Yeah, so you're getting close.
Yeah.
But I was playing with Jackie this afternoon, and she is still low rank, and so I was like, oh, I'll break out a different weapon and play around, right?
Yeah.
And it finally clicked. Finally clicked. Heavy bowgun, dude.
Really?
Oh man, did it click? There was a couple of skills I threw on. I was like, oh yeah, try it with this. Try with this. Oh my god! Do you know how exciting heavy bowgun is to play with evade extend?
Cool. Oh, so you want
Oh,
like
it's
it
so
extend-
good. I jump like twice as far as you do with just regular dodge. It's so good.
That's cool. Oh, that's cool. Man.
But just, I've had a couple runs with it, and I'm starting to learn the spacing and like targeting, like things are starting to come,
Cool.
And so we fought Anjanath, and it was so fun.
Cool.
So that was cool. And then I also put together, I haven't got a chance to play it yet. But I put together a dual blade set that is based on, because dual blades are, from what I understand, the status effect weapon, right?
Oh, really? Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Because you're like constantly hitting them, right? And so I put together a set that is paralysis, like a paralysis set.
Yeah. Okay.
With dual blades, and I haven't actually hunted anything with it, but I just went in and like tore the shit out of what are the little dinosaurs called? Just tore them apart. Everything I touched got paralyzed. It was great.
That's cool.
Which is not the experience I have with Hammer. And so I'm curious to see kind of how that feels to play.
Yeah.
But heavy bowgun and Hammer, Hammer's always going to be my first love, but I'm curious to mess around with Hammer and maybe some higher stuff.
While we might as well all talk about this now and then get it out of the way then. So yeah, I mean, I guess we played a little bit and did some arena. So that's when I started playing with some new weapons. And because of that, I started building some new weapons to start playing with, especially when people start playing it that like I know that I'm trying to get into the game, or people that are lower level, some people that are interested in the game want to start from scratch. So I'm thinking of picking up the switch axe and the gun lance again. So I'm trying to decide between the two of them, but maybe lean towards switch axe just because of the friggin' super move you do is amazing. You basically jump and latch yourself onto the monster's body and basically chainsaw explosion off their body after you do some build up and charge the thing up. So it seems pretty cool. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. The arena. I don't know. We haven't talked about that before, but for the listeners, the arena is pretty cool. You basically you have to fight a random monster, and then you get to pick between 5 different weapon armor sets that are set, and items as well. You don't get to customize anything, and you just got to go in with those sets, and then try to beat the monster under a certain time. And if you do, you get little coins for however well you did. There's like gold. Was it bronze, silver, gold? I don't know if there's anything higher than that. I don't think so.
Yeah,
we did like 7 of them.
I would do them all again. I had so much fun
just to try and do better and get. You're hardly ever gonna be using a weapon you really know what you're doing with. So that was a blast.
I'd really like to play it again.
I didn't get the purpose of the big wall in the middle. Like we tried to use that a bunch of times I
don't think that it helps very much in arena, but if you have like 2 monsters you're fighting, you can kind of separate them for a little bit.
Yeah. I guess that's the point of it. Yeah. But why would you want to, man? You want to just have them hit each other too, right?
You wouldn't,
I guess. But yeah, no, switch axe and gun lance. I went back and watched some videos on like tricks with gun lance and see what's new for it. So that's pretty good. Now I kind of got all the stuff you can do with the gun lance, and yeah, I'm excited to play more. I said I played a little more into story, and I think I'm getting close to the end. But yeah, still lots of stuff to do, lots of items to make and sets and shit. It's awesome. And you know what? DLC's coming around the corner. And then, we'll see what happens after that. I don't know if you guys want to talk about the DLC. I think it would be fun. And there's a patch too that there's a list of changes that's going to go.
Like the new DLC is free DLC, is it not?
March 22nd.
Devil Joe. And then
he's going to be awesome.
How long until the Devil May Cry one?
Oh, I thought that was around the same time. Maybe
it may be the same. I don't know.
But that Devil May Cry collaboration's so cool. I like it because it's a charge. The sword is actually a charge blade. But even so, that like, did you hear like, it's if you want to look like Dante, you just equip all the different parts, but they're all separate. So I think you can just equip his face as a mask.
If it works the same as Alloy, then you can.
They said it did. Well, does Alloy work in the way that you can equip each armor part?
I think you equip all of them, and then it makes
I heard or just people were saying that was the case, but then I heard after that it's actually each piece independently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so we'll see. I would like it was independent, but
Cool.
because that would be amazing. But yeah, that's going to be cool. And some of the patch changes are cool, so I'll read some of them off, and you can see what you think. Great sword, increased damage for charge slash ability. So none of us use great sword. Long sword, Keenan. Improvements to the foresight slash input timing and hitbox detection. Did you find that was annoying and that didn't work very well?
I wish I knew what they're talking about.
Foresight slash.
Yeah, I think. Hold on. I think we're getting too like mechanical details for.
Well, okay. Here, let me see if this whets your appetite. Where's the friggin' hammer one? Adjusted the stun values on charge attacks. I think they're increasing stun values.
Yeah, and I still feel the same way. That I think this is too technical, too like detailed for general interest.
Too detailed for our podcast.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, especially because we just spent like 20 minutes talking about fucking India's best games from 10 years ago.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. I don't care what anyone thinks.
So there's those ones. I don't know. So the other thing, I actually didn't play a whole ton else, but I'm getting ready to play some other stuff.
Okay.
I bought Human Fall Flat for Switch, which do you guys know anything about this thing?
No.
It's like Gang Beasts if Gang Beasts was a platformer.
Okay.
Gang Beasts is stupid, and anybody who liked it is an idiot. And
I thought you were excited.
Wasted money. I was, because I thought it was gonna be fun, and then I played it. I was like, this game is shit.
Did you play with a group, like locally with people?
Yeah, and it was dumb. But I like the idea. I like the mechanics. It's funny as shit to like not be able to do anything you want to do.
Yeah, sure.
It was
Is
like
it closer to speedrunners?
No, God, no.
Okay.
It's like, do you know what kind of game it is? Do you remember QWOP?
Oh yeah.
It's like QWOP in 3D.
Okay.
It's
in
janky
3D.
as shit. It's horrible. And so it's just, I only played like 5 minutes of it, where you're like pulling train cars back and forth to climb on them to get across like puzzles. But even just doing very simple tasks is like, pushing a button is difficult, but it's fun. Apparently it's co-op, and so I wanted to get it and check it out for that reason. It looks like a lot of fun, so I'll play with that. And the other game I bought but I haven't played yet is a VR game.
Okay.
It's called Archangel.
Okay. Yep.
I heard about this.
Like I haven't played it at all. I didn't even watch any videos. It just sounded cool.
Why'd you buy it?
Well, because it was on sale and it sounded cool, so I'll check it out. So I think it's an on-rail shooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It looks cool.
You're I assume you're an Archangel.
I mean, it'll be cool. It's in VR. You're in a friggin' robot from the looks of it.
That's kind of how I feel. Like I don't really give a shit with VR.
Yeah.
Like, give me like something that sounds cool. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll play that.
Yeah.
Right? Like the experience is so much more important than the actual game is.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
And we also played DBZ when you came over.
Oh yeah. And it was way more fun playing like local than it has been online or single player.
Yeah, that was some hot stuff.
It was a ton of fun. Like super aggressive, very very fast paced.
Blocking is not recommended, is what I discovered.
Got me shaking.
Like you.
It's
boy, that was something. And charging's useless. Like I don't understand why charge.
Yeah, because you're not gonna get it off. You're gonna get destroyed if you charge.
Yeah.
It's a game that makes me wish that I wasn't as old as I am. You know what I mean? If this game was out when we were in university, oh my God, I can see us playing hours and hours and hours of this thing.
Yeah. And because it just looks so cool. Like everything that we're doing looks amazing. Like you'd dodge behind somebody and like start a combo and then you dodge behind me and it'd be like a whole bunch of like it looks like a Dragon Ball Z fight. Like it looks really cool.
Yeah. It's really, really fun. And I mean, and that's just for like the actual fights. Like the animations thrown in are great. Like they're not intrusive, but they kind of add to the flavor.
some of the custom attacks when, for example, when you had 18 and Krillin together and you
Oh,
did
so good.
her
So
special.
good.
You
And I
replaced
love
17 with Krillin. That was amazing.
Yamcha's Wolfang fist looks amazing. Like, when it just that quick zoom in on his face before he pulls it off is so good.
I feel like I might have seen that by watching some people play.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the thing that sucks about it though. I don't know if you feel the same, Keenan, but I feel like this game is not so Marvel vs. Capcom, some other games you can pick up and just kind of hit buttons and you'll do fine. Where I feel like the mechanics in this are enough where you have to have some time practicing with it before you can play with somebody.
It doesn't play like any other fighter that I played before.
No,
it's way more frenetic.
Did you find yourself frustrated when you first picked it up?
Yeah, because it wasn't doing what I was expecting it to do. Because like I played other Arc System Works games, they still have mechanically they still fight like Street Fighter and a bunch of other things. They just have sometimes more air juggles, a little bit deeper system, but at the heart of it, it's still the same. For some reason, DBZ fighters, like, it really turns your head on things, right? Like using like fireball attacks is kind of like should be thought of just as a standard move. You shouldn't be thinking
filler, right?
Yeah. And then the whole thing that you told me about, like how the dash moves, like the different R1 and R2 move, how that works, how one will penetrate fireballs and the other one will penetrate like a block.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a different way of thinking about things, and then also making you hyper aggressive in the way that you're fighting. So yeah, it's completely different than thinking about fighting in any other game.
It's a lot of fun. It's funny though. I feel like I can't talk about it that much because I haven't gone deep enough. I've put a bunch of time into it, but I still feel like a beginner. Like I'm really enjoying it. It's a ton of fun, and I think it's got super long legs.
Yep, for sure.
That's good to know. It's good to hear. You see so many fighting games that kind of peter out real quick, you know.
And that's kind of what I expected from this. I'd play around with it for a little bit, say, "Well, it's cool, it looks good," and then just kind of drop it.
And it's not like, if you look anywhere online too, like Twitch, if you use that like as an example, like it's popular. People are really like digging it a lot, so it's cool.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it out. I haven't tried it yet, so
cool. So let me talk about the other game that that I know one of you guys has played, was Into the Breach. So Tim, so I don't know if you played any more of it, but okay, great. So I've actually played a bunch this weekend. I'm really digging it. I think so. The way that I would describe the game is not a strategy game. It's a lot more like a puzzle game. It reminds me a lot more of something like Disgaea, and I know like a lot of people when they get into the sword, like not standard like fighting in Disgaea, but when you have to go into the swords and kind of upgrade the swords, it's more of a puzzle game and trying to combo things and trying to use environments to basically do damage or meet certain requirements to get out of things. So Into the Breach kind of reminds me about that. Like, you have to think about how your different the strengths of your team basically applies to the battlefield, and then using everything at your disposal to make sure that you get out of there alive, and not forgetting what your objective is, which is really, you don't need to worry about your mech so much dying. It's more about making sure that you're keeping control of your resources and the map, and making sure that like buildings don't get damaged. So in a lot of ways, it's a lot more like stupid analogy, but like what it says, Superman 64, where the health is what you should be concerned about is the city health instead of your own health. So pretty much Into the Breach is like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is your life bar.
Episode 64.
Trying to bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much, I can see the comparison. I didn't play a lot of this guy, but I know of like some of those aspects of it where, certainly there's a lot more puzzly stuff. Like, you are trying to, like, it's when you first start playing Into the Breach, it's more about, you're sort of thinking, well, how can I win this turn the best way possible? But when you play it more, you start to sort of zoom out and you're sort of going, well, before I pick this part of the map to go into, let me think about what my team can do, what they have equipped right now, what pilots I have in what mechs, and then look at the layout of the map before you even select it and go, okay, it's randomized. So is this a hard map for my team? Is this an easy map? Am I going to be able to do all the objectives to get the bonuses or not? Like, there's other things too. Like, can I perfect this island? If you perfect an island, you get a free upgrade out of 3. I don't know if you've done that yet, but you get offered a random free. It could be a reactor core, it could be a pilot, it could be an item. So that's factored in too. Sometimes you don't want to do a harder mission that might have a better immediate reward. Instead, you might want to just take that single power mission that's going to be easy, just so you can get it perfect on the whole
I've had that
island
too. Yeah.
It's incredibly compelling. Like, it's not something that I can play all the time because it's almost like doing chess. Like, you really are trying to find the optimal solution for each turn. And then even between turns, like, maybe there's a bunch of ways you can do the same outcome, but your mechs will be positioned slightly differently. And so you have to sort of decide, well, which one is better for the next turn. And I think there's going to be a patch where they might address some of the problems people were complaining about, where, when new monsters are coming up, but you don't know what they're going to be, they might be doing something where it tells you which type of monster it's going to be. Like some scenarios,
I don't know if that's really necessary right now.
I mean, I'm only playing on
people
normal.
are beating the game. Oh, you're playing on normal. That's why.
I'm not playing on hard. Have you played on hard?
No, I would. Okay, the recommendation for most people is to start on easy because
Yes, it is.
you can unlock a lot of teams first, and there's enough to get you thinking in the right way about this game, because you don't have to have the added pressure of all the damage and everything else that you have to worry about in normal. But so like the thing about Into the Breach, like every single map may have for example, there may be environmental things that can happen. So, for example, the tide coming in will wipe out like a line of mechs if your mechs are not flying. So, something to look out for. There's other things like where you're terraforming a particular area, and you're using a terraformer to basically turn the land back into desert wasteland. So whenever you turn that on, anything in that area gets destroyed. So there's lots of
like smoke clouds.
There's
obscure view, cancel moves.
Exactly. It's not just about your mechs. It's all about like trying to manipulate the map as much as possible in order to assure your victory. So when you're really getting into it, you feel like a wizard basically, because you're knocking things into the mountains, and then that's going to have a chain reaction and positioning of other monsters and such, so that there'll be a chain reaction of what your strategy is eventually going to go for. So
and you need to take every advantage too, like in that game, like whatever you're able to do to squeeze out. Like when it's normal, and I haven't tried hard yet, but you got to, especially in the first area of the game, like when things seem easy, you got to try and get everything you can and squeeze everything you can out of it, because there are bonuses. Like, I don't know if you maxed out your life gauge. If every time you max out or go past your life gauge, you get a bonus to protection for a building. So there's stuff even for that that's really good. So
So basically, what happens is there's a chance if somebody attacks the building, whether it's you or the monster, then the building won't take any damage. So
that's the only RNG in the game, pretty much.
Can I ask you guys a question? I don't know anything about this game, but earlier, Ken, you said that when you play the game, you feel like a wizard.
Yeah.
Is it? Can you control animals and they are all mages?
Nice reference.
Well, that is my type of game, so
I can't remember what that game was now. I gotta go back and look at that. I was compelled to play it though, Keenan. You did sell me on it at that time, but I was too busy.
That's okay. I'm gonna leave Sprint Vector to next week, because I'll talk about it. Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. I want to check it out, but I don't know. I don't really have the space in the basement, but I really like the idea of it.
Shit, I should have had you try when you were over.
Yeah,
But yeah,
man. It looks cool.
yeah. So I want to talk about the two games I bought for India after all the recommendations. So number one, it's a fast thing. It's just Magical Drop 3. It's an old Neo Geo puzzle game where you're basically grabbing baubles and pushing them up to
What did you
match
play it
two.
on?
Switch.
That was on Switch. Yeah,
Don't you think that it's a lot like have you played Tumble Stone?
yeah,
It's very similar.
yeah. Tumblestone basically took that mechanic, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Do you know, and I know I was shitting on it a little bit, just, saying it was dated and whatever. But the story mode is awesome.
yeah.
Like
It's
just
something.
arcade mode is just whatever, but
Sure.
the story mode with a map is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a bad like little time waster,
Yeah.
and it's a proper port, so
Perfect for the Switch.
perfect for the Switch. And then the other one was Dragon Quest Builders.
Good man.
I wanted something a little bit more hefty. So I know everybody was talking about this game before, but my take on it is actually that it's a combination of Minecraft and ActRaiser is what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
So you're going out like attacking, like it's not as defined as ActRaiser where you have like an adventure phase and a city building phase, but you're constantly growing your city. You're getting people to come and join your city, and it's going to give you more abilities or more things that you can build in your area. It's just a very nice, more structured version of Minecraft, and that's the thing that I've always not liked about those kinds of games like Minecraft and Terraria. It's just a little bit, for me, it's just a little bit too blown out. I need a little bit more structure, and so this kind of fit the bill in a really nice way, and I'm really glad you guys recommended it because it's just it was a thing that kind of like got me through some nights when I wanted to play something, and yeah, it was just
It's a great little
amazing.
game.
Yeah,
And
it's a
that's,
great little game.
you know, it's funny. A couple of weeks ago, I saw a friend online playing it that I wouldn't have expected to play it. Like I was
Mhm.
seeing him like every night for a few hours. And so I sent him a message. I'm like, "Oh, I'm surprised that you're into it. Like that's not something I expected." He said, "I bought it for my daughter,
Yeah.
and she started it, and I was watching it. I was like, fuck, this looks really good." And then like after she goes to bed, he started his own save and just play it on his own because it is something. I really enjoyed that game quite a bit.
Mm.
Well, I'm glad, I had some criticism of it, but I would be excited to play a sequel for sure. Like, definitely. If it has.
What were your criticisms again?
Just the city management. It's like it didn't feel like it mattered too much how the city was built or that kind of thing. Like, it didn't. I wanted a little more city building effects. The effects from doing things weren't as strong or weren't as interesting. I wanted a little more depth to setting up, arranging things and stuff like that, and maybe a little more how do I describe, like a survival, like Minecraft-y kind of stuff. It was more of an action game with a bit of a Minecraft part to it, but I wanted more like trees for tech trees and stuff like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
No, thank you. Keep that out of my game. I need it nice and simple here.
Well, how'd you like it?
That's getting too much in the Minecraft territory. That's the part that gets scary to me, is like getting those tree branches is just like branching out of the tech tree is just gets to be too much for my my feeling of OCD-ness. Like I want to explore every single branch, and then that turns into a game where I'm spending way too much time into it, and it's going to be a time suck. So for me, this is just perfect, just enough.
Have you played any survival games like Minecraft-y, Keenan, ever? Like,
Yeah.
remember we talked about Subnautica, but I don't know if you ever
I
tried
played, like I said, Terraria and some other.
Oh, Terraria. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Is the song from Yakuza 0 called "As You Like It"? Isn't that what it's called?
Remember.
I like how we can't go an episode without talking about friggin' Yakuza, man.
Yeah, because it's the greatest.
Well, what's their problem?
Uh,
You're just in this
give me some reasons to talk.
problematic phase because you're not giving you some racist talk. Yeah, as you like.
Can hear that shit.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right. Put it on the
Fuck.
show. Put it on the show.
Is As You Like the best song to come out in video games in the past 30 years? Discuss.
Okay, well. No. I'll say no, even though I only heard a little bit of it. Maybe I'll reconsider if I listen to it later.
Fuck, dude, it's so good.
No. So what is that going? How did that even come up? Why did you bring that up?
Somebody said something about As You Like.
Oh, I see.
All right.
I think that's it, guys.
Can you play anything else?
No. Well, Sprint Vector and some other stuff, but that's going a bit long. I'll leave that for next week.
Tim?
I mean, I didn't play anything really new. I played Monster Hunter, I played Into the Breach, and I played Vaganti, however you say it. I don't know how to say it, and I had fun playing all of them.
Do you find this year's, for me, it has definitely, but do you find that this year's slowing down in video games? Like there's a lot of stuff coming out, but it's almost like I've made a decision not to be an idiot and buy so many games.
For me, all the stuff that I'm excited about just isn't out yet. Like,
Yeah.
There's other stuff I'm super excited about, but it's not. I'm not, and there's no release dates for most of them. So
You can blame this all on the fact that Yakuza 6 got pushed, right? Because like if it came out when it was supposed to, like you'd be sustaining it. I think.
Yeah, I'd have something to play for sure. And like I say, I'm enjoying Monster Hunter. I don't want to make it sound like I don't have anything to play. I'm still playing a ton of Monster Hunter. Usually I'm kind of swamped, you know.
Sure.
And I don't feel that. And maybe it is just, you know, there's nothing coming out right now. But
well,
I think I think I might buy Mario Tennis Aces.
you just do as you like.
You know what? I will.
I wonder what music's going to be in the show today.
It looks pretty good. I think Aces actually looks decent, and I think that if Nintendo learns how to make new games instead of just porting old ones, they got something on their hands here.
Can we talk a little bit about that, because that's all I felt like that direct was
disgusting.
All ports. I'm like, what? Like, so I didn't even look at the Mario Tennis thing. Maybe I'll check it out. I'm not into those. Well,
because it's new. It's a new game. And it looks cool as hell. Like, there's a video. I was kind of like, yeah, whatever, Mario Sports. But I watched a little YouTube clip of, I don't know if it was from the direct or what, but it shows kind of mechanics of the game. And here's some new shit that we did. And here's a story mode. And here's like, I was actually really impressed with what I saw.
All right. Yeah, I didn't even know it was a new game. I just thought, because I don't keep up with it, I was like, oh, it's just going to be another port or whatever, right? So
it just needs to tone down a bit of the Camelot-ness of it, and I'll be okay.
Are you
ramp it up?
No. I don't need this power up bullshit all the time, man. Give me Mario Virtual Tennis. That's what I want.
Are you more or less excited for Octopath Traveler now?
Equally as excited.
Did you see the diorama?
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's cool. I like that.
It's cool, but I don't want it.
I know you don't want it, but it's no one's done a diorama before, and it fits the game. So
late stage capitalism.
Late stage capitalism. All right, is that the title of the show?
No, N64 special, baby.
All right.
I want to play it. I'll play it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, here's another one. What about Runner 3?
What is this, a real game? What are you talking
about? I'm serious. I'm not joking. You know those Commander Video? What is that?
That's
what is it called?
Runner games.
Bit Trip, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you play Runner 2?
No. Is there a Runner?
Man, it's good.
I don't know. I'm not. It looks cool. This one.
Like legit good. Is it out for PS4? If it's not, whatever. You can get it on PC. You're a Steam guy.
Yeah, I know. I just I don't know how I'm not into them.
Yeah, I know you're not. Jump into it though. It's good shit.
The guy I watch, Lethal Frag, plays this a lot actually. Or
Yeah.
he's played it before, so I don't
So
know. I
jump
trust
in.
his opinion, but
Do it.
we'll see.
Nope, I'm pushing you, and he's pushing you. So you should do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but sure, games have always been solid. So
Yeah, but I don't really like the
The
other
3D
ones.
style. Do you like the new 3D style of this?
Of what?
This one. Hey,
Runner 3.
you didn't mention another thing, and I'm assuming it's because you don't care about the friggin' Travis Strikes Again.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
Yeah, I thought so, but
Hard pass.
I thought it's supposed to look like shit.
I'm so disappointed.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. They made an announcement in that original announcement in the Nintendo launch that they were doing this mini game thing, and then there's also something else, right? That they're doing.
I didn't
They're
hear it.
actually doing
I
another
thought
No
it
More
was no
Heroes
shit.
3.
I don't think so.
I thought that there were 2 games that they had announced. There was this one, and then there was another one. So
I've only ever known of one.
okay.
So this is the biggest controversy. Is the new Smash Brothers a new game? Or just like a new port with some extra features?
Well, what did we just talk about Nintendo not knowing how to fucking make new video games?
Well, I don't even know if it is or not. It's a teaser, and you don't everyone's speculating. Like, I feel like it took a long time to make the last one, and I feel like it's way too early for them to announce another one. But that's a true sequel, so I don't think it will be. It'll be the same mechanics and same everything.
I think that Switch is turning out to be expensive Steam.
It's hey man, it's an indie platform. Even if it is an indie platform, it's still you can on the go, man. It's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
But that's the danger.
But expensive.
Yeah.
That was the danger. Like everybody's, I think it was Rami from Devolver Games who was not Devolver, whatever the one that does the ridiculous fishing. Rami Ishmael. Anyways,
That's a
he
cool
was talking.
game.
He was talking about like how everybody's like in the indie circles are porting things over into the Switch, and they're now gonna like it was okay in the beginning because there wasn't as much stuff, but we're already seeing now that every single week there's what like 10 20 releases on there because people are just porting whatever crap that they've got on there, and it's just going to end up flooding the market and cause the same problem that they have on Steam, which is nobody's going to get recognition.
They're going to have to drop the
something
prices for the games. Nintendo's going to have to stop taking so much of a cut and having the games be more expensive.
Very
Otherwise-
poorly curated, the store.
Yeah, well, that's always been the way with Nintendo.
Fuck
Sorry,
Nintendo.
that's Rami's Vlambeer. Sorry, that's what it was. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like this is kind of, I know, the thing on all the game sites is, oh, I want to have this on Switch. I need this on Switch. I need that. It seems
There's
to
a
be
lot. I mean,
maybe
if
we're just not the sentiment of normal people right now. I just don't understand. Like I'm with you guys. Like I don't understand why we need to port every single damn game on there. But
I don't want ports. I want new games. I don't think I bought any ports for this stupid thing. The only thing I can buy a port for is Hollow Knight, but that's because I've been waiting for Hollow Knight.
sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, you'd buy ports for stuff you haven't played.
Sure.
I wouldn't buy a port for stuff I already played on Steam.
Well, but people are though. People are
I
like, from stories I hear online, people are double triple dipping.
Well, I mean, this is friggin' the friggin'
Like there was a group of people that lost their minds when Skyrim came out on the Switch.
this is the
gives a shit?
NeoGAF era crowd that does this shit, that buys stuff a million times on new systems. I don't think that's most people, but I don't know. If I bought a Switch, maybe if a game was cheap enough on sale, I might pick it up again just to have
Doom.
it portable. If it's something that I do play regularly, like if let's say Enter the Gungeons expansion came out on the Switch and it was around the time when it came out, I'd probably rebuy it to play it on the Switch actually instead of playing it on PC for sure.
We all know you'd buy Binding of Isaac.
No, I wouldn't.
No, really?
Why? Like I have all my no, it's too much.
So you can play it on the go and
would-
start again.
No, I don't want to start it
You
again.
can play it in your office without anybody knowing.
You can play at work. You can play on the bus.
Well, okay. Starting to
See?
sound interesting.
There you go, man. You can use your gift catalog.
Into the Breach would
Played in Hamilton when you're visiting your parents, and then your kid is just running around, and you got nothing to do.
Here's what I want.
And then you can put it away when you come over because I don't want to fucking see that shit out.
I want achievements that unlock shit for my that I can customize my whatever. I don't know. What does a Switch have? Like a little desktop thingy?
Of course not.
Like 3DS.
Speaking of, Switch has got its up like the 5.0 system update.
Yeah, so did they add that shit?
Guess what it does? Fucking nothing.
Oh.
What do you mean parental controls? You're a parent.
Are you serious though, Chris? That the Switch doesn't have like a desktop with icons that you can customize and shit?
No, it doesn't have fucking anything.
That's stupid, man.
No. So the thing though, I actually like how clean the UI is.
Okay.
And I think that part of the Switch's appeal is that it doesn't have that fucking stupid shit, right? I understand the need for it. I understand that there's a desire for it. I understand that people like it. But I think Nintendo has a vision for what they want the system to be. And I think that is like snappy and minimalistic. And I think when you start and not to argue against it, I'm like I say, I know there's a ton of people want it. I think that I want it.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand why they make the decision to, at least to this point, to not release, like skinning.
Yeah,
I think they gave you the bare minimum right now.
Yeah.
And as soon as they figure out what they're going to do with that Nintendo network stuff, that's when you're going to see this whole change in the UI, and you're going to hate them.
That'll be a selling point for me for sure.
It's not going to be as cute and adorable as the Wii U one was, man.
I can do whatever I want, like I can do with my Steam profile. That's what I want.
It's a Nintendo console, dude.
Have it integrated to like a Facebook style page with your.
Oh my god!
What you did on your Switch,
so that nobody can look at it ever.
Yeah, but we do it for PlayStation sometimes, right? You look at other people's achievements and shit, right?
No.
Right?
No.
I see your Monster Hunter icon on your thing all the time, at least. So that's one thing.
Yep. Well, you know what? You can
buy avatars.
You have Kirby and ARMS avatars now. You can use with update 5.0.
There you go. See, it's starting.
Listen, man, you want to know what happened to wise guys like you in Korea?
Wise guy.
Wise guy, huh?
As you like.
Whenever you play it, man, like that, like with this muffled sound that is coming through, it sounds like I am in a cabaret club.
Oh, fuck, here we go. Japan culture. Let's hear it. Tell me about cabaret clubs. Here comes the expert. Time to deep dive into cabaret.
Oh, it's enough. I gotta end it here. Please no. All right. Episode 64. Let's go play Monster Hunter or something.
What else? No, you know what? I'm not allowed to play Monster Hunter. Can I tell you the reason why?
No, don't say that. We have a surprise for Keenan.
I can play Monster Hunter forever. The big one. So this is the weekly Dragon Ball Super update, okay?
Okay.
There's 2 episodes left of the whole thing, and then Dragon Ball is done.
Okay. It's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until they make a new series 15 years from now.
Okay.
The one is on the 18th.
All right.
And then the last episode's on the 25th.
Okay.
All right. I put it off. Didn't watch it. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. I like it. I just, I got other shit to do. But I want to catch up and watch the last couple episodes, as they show. Do you think in a week and a half I can tear through 40 episodes?
Yeah. Is that a real question?
What are you talking about? You can do it in 3 days, man.
You would.
Is that a challenge?
Not even close to being a challenge.
No, here's the problem.
Yeah. Okay. Now tell me about your challenge. Keep it playing. Come on.
The issue with this. Okay, here, hold on. I got to turn down a little bit.
All right.
You guys hear me? Okay.
No, you got to be a little louder than that.
Can you hear it?
No, louder. There you
All
go.
right.
Go.
Can you still hear me when I'm talking though?
Yes. Yeah. All right.
The problem is that I got to watch it with my wife. She wants to watch it too, and so we got to find mutual time to do it.
Well, then you're not gonna.
Yeah,
You don't think so?
That's the problem. See,
Well-
it's not you. You're not the hindrance. The challenge is getting your wife to watch it.
Well, no, and she tore through One Piece in no joke. She went from Water 7, was that like 230, 240 episodes in like 2 weeks.
All right. Well, there you go. So that's
Right?
not a challenge then.
She's not the issue, it's me. But the
Alright.
issue is getting both of us together in time when, we can actually, to be honest, if I can like tell you, share how everybody's a shitty parent, you just like don't tell people about it.
No.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Look at-
Wait.
You've
We
never
need
done
more
anything
music.
shitty.
We need more music while you're talking about being a shitty parent.
Yeah, keep going.
You've never done anything shitty. Like, it's a bad decision. You know that it's shit. But I can't talk with that playing. You know that it's a shitty decision, but you do it anyways, and then you just don't tell anybody about it because then you
Well,
look
why
like
would
a
you
bad
tell
parent.
anybody about it?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
But that shit
Can
happens.
tell us about it.
Can I say, hey, listen, can I say this YouTube thing for that Yakuza 0 song?
Yeah.
Has 2,400 upvotes and 18 downvotes. That says something. That's a good ratio, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And the people who did downvotes are fucking assholes. The first I just scrolled down in the top comment is okay, who disliked this song?
You're gonna have to send me a link to that now, please.
Are you gonna okay? And then I
I'll
want
listen to it
to
later.
hear it. I want to hear it coming out of your speakers.
Well, I can't. That doesn't. I don't know. I'm listening to headphones. So unless they're really loud, it might come through. I don't know.
That'd be good. You should do it. What was I gonna say? You guys were
I don't think it was
you
important.
interrupting.
Something about being a bad parent.
Oh yeah. So the other day we were like, oh man, we got so much Dragon Ball to watch, and then but like our kid was still up, she was still there, and so we were like, you want to just watch it anyways? and so the three of us sat in the basement. I watched like 6 episodes of Dragon Ball in Japanese with Jane sitting there.
So I don't think it's bad.
It's being lazy though. That's not. Yeah, it's not
You
great
don't
to
do
like.
that every day.
No. She was into it.
So what's the problem?
That's
Sounds like a family outing.
yeah. That doesn't even.
I don't know. I
As
think
far
it's
as most things go, I think
think
that's
it's
actually not bad. This is one of those like, what's the term for that? When you like, oh, I'm so bad, and then you say the thing, and it's like actually okay.
Oh, I don't know. Is there
There's a
name
term for that.
Hey, I saw a funny comic the other day that has there's a poster for like a lost cat,
Mhm.
and the guy shows up and he's holding a box and he goes, "Hey, I found your cat." The poster said dead and alive, right? And he's like, "No, I wanted him alive." And he's like, don't open the box." Right? Get it?
That's your
'Cause-
comment. That's
No,
your comment.
because it said dead and alive.
And alive. Was
And
it
it's like Schrodinger's
cat?
box. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I
like-
get it. Oh, I
right?
thought you misspoke.
No, he said
Dead and alive.
dead and alive, right? And he's like, "No, I want it alive." And he was like, "Oh,
I don't know that.
don't open the box."
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty clever.
Yeah, it's good. I think I might have seen a variation on that. There's always those Schrodinger cat jokes, but that's a good one. It's pretty good. Good joke.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Dinosaurs.
you've been listening to the Link Cable podcast.
What is this show even about anymore?
Follow us on Twitter at the Link Cable and the Link Cable podcast on Facebook.
I think Don runs the Twitter account. I know it gets auto
Get
updated.
that son of a bitch in here.
It gets auto updated from Facebook, and I don't even know if anything's ever posted. I don't think I even follow it. Yeah, we should have Don on next week.
Yeah, get him on.
We got to get that Andrew guy on too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't he supposed to buy a PlayStation?
Trying.
Well.
If anybody wants to buy a VR headset, let me know.
What? What happened?
Why?
Archangel.
No, not to sell it. I mean, I want to get the version 2 one.
Oh, okay.
This switch box isn't working for me.
Sure.
I'll just plug that shit in and have it work. Fuck
Yeah.
Sony for releasing something that does. Oh fuck! I'm so angry about that. I'm gonna protest by buying it.
I'll show you.
All right, boys. We'll talk to you in a week.
See ya.
Later.